listings in Satire magazine, which is quite a weird mix, I suppose. Most people take a while to get their head around that. It's aimed mainly at the 18 to late 20s market. I suppose a lot of our audience would either be students or would have been students recently enough.
It's really in your face, and it's just totally... A lot of people would be shocked by it, you know?
It goes as far as anybody would go, chatting about things with their own mates anyway.
Definitely unique. There's nothing else like it.
The Slate is a free satirical magazine. It is designed to expose some of the stupidity and hypocrisy at the heart of this apparently glamorous and affluent culture.
They want people to be shocked, but sometimes the shock is quite successful and useful and kind of invigorating in a way that sort of ordinary media isn't. You feel better when you've read the Slate for some strange reason. You feel that you've gone somewhere and you've heard said the unsayable.
We had a few fairly okay covers that looked all right, but the first one that got us a lot of attention, and it was basically completely by accident, was the Thompson and Venables cover.
It was totally frenzied. It was the news of the world. For one, were basically threatening to take the law into their own hands. The law had decided that these guys would be given new identities. They and Denise Fergus made threatening noises about revealing the identities of the killers. So basically what we did was we decided to satirise the whole situation by pretending to reveal their identities in a completely joke fashion. So we got pictures of them and we pictured their heads and stuck them on top of an old Boyzone picture and claimed that we could reveal their identities and that they were joining an Irish boy band.
Good satire draws fire, but what you have to do at that point is not read the article, but look who's firing.
And I think the reaction of the tabloid media was fairly hypocritical, seeing as they were using the whole Thompson and Venables issue just to generate as much copy as possible. In the main part, the controversy that's been caused by the Blacks and the Jacks cover has been by people who haven't actually read the article. One thing we noticed was that in some of the more expensive bars and clubs around town, what seemed like a new position in the service industry had been created, and that was basically Jack's attendant or lavatory attendant or whatever. And for some reason, everyone who seemed to be doing this job, both male and female, was black.
It's been going on for quite a while, but nobody appears to have said much about it in mainstream media at all.
We included quotes from Samantha Mumba, these are all fake quotes from Samantha Mumba, Phil Lynnett's mother and Paul McGrath. We got jumped on big time, and nobody seemed to be too interested in commenting about what we were actually pointing out. What everybody seemed to be interested in was calling us racist.
It's an excuse for them to put Samantha Mumba on the cover again.
Samantha Mumba too. Well, we always like to have a go at Pat Kenny, mainly because it was James Bond aspirations. I don't necessarily think Pat Kenny is a prick, but
he's a fucking shit.
He's a very bad presenter. Yeah, he's ruined the Late Late Show. He provides an ideal target for us because
humorous, basically.
Pat Kenny, less popular than paedophiles. It's debatable. Maybe you could have a debate on the Late Late Show about it.
You know, without overblowing what they're doing, it is exactly the same kind of furrow that's ploughed by Jonathan Swift in A Modest Proposal, where he's saying, you know, the solution to the Irish problem is to eat the poor, you know, and people get fed and the numbers go down.
If the target of the satire is not clear to a reasonably intelligent person, then it has failed. It's not that it has overstepped the mark or that it's wide of its target. It has simply failed.
And I think they have exactly that same point, sailing so close to the wind that you know that we're actually afraid to talk about the subject. It's, you know, they do it through their extremity, but what you realize is that any conversation on this subject is dangerous.
Ha ha ha!